Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Pokemon trainers, and Poke fans everywhere. Today, I have something very cool to show you. The Moltres ZAPDOS Articuno-GX Tag Team Trio from Hidden Fate. So, this card, super cool, 300 HP, first Trio GX Pokemon. It's still a tag team, so you still lose 3 prize cards, not 4 or anything crazy like that. It has only 2 attacks. One of them is Trinity Burn. For 1 fire, 1 water, 1 lightning, and 1 standard energy, it does 210 damage. Whew, a lot of damage there. And then for 1 standard energy, we have Sky Legends GX. Now this is the fun part. This is why you all are going to want to play this card, just for the fun of seeing this attack in action. Unfortunately, I had a great game with this card, putting this attack into play, but I was eating at the time, so I wasn't able to record my usual commentary. But at the end of this video, I will show you that game and just run a overlay commentary. I'll commentary over the recorded game, just so you guys can take a look at that, because it is way too good not to show you. It is perfect execution of Sky Legends GX, even after we got reset stamped and judged after in like 4 turns. So it was crazy. It's crazy. That's what's going to be at the end of this video. Stay tuned for that. Really fun. So this card, the difficulty about putting this card into play is getting 3 random different energies onto them, because one for the ZAPDOS, one for the Articuno, and one for the Moltres. So I have 2 variants to show you guys here, and we will get into that. I played the last game with V2, but you're free to try both. I think both of them will work reasonably well. So, but before we dive into that, just a small announcement. I am really excited to tell you that we've completed the 7 decks from the first 7 top decks from the Masters Division 2019 TCG. We're 1 card short of completing Blaine's Reshazard deck. I think it's a Great Potion or something, but we will have that soon. Pardon me, and that'll be done. And then we have the rest of the decks ready, so I can't wait. Super excited to do some gameplay, do those deep deck discussions with you guys, and show you that. But let's get into Uno Dos Trace, as I like to call this deck. In case you guys didn't know, that's what the legendary birds are named after. ZAPDOS, Moltres, and Articuno all have Uno Dos Trace in their name. Interesting tidbit. Let's do V2 first. Yeah, let's do V2 first. We're going to do this quickly. I decided I'm not going to read all the cards out as much, because I have them on screen, and I think all of you guys are pretty fast readers, so you should be able to read those before I take them off the screen. So, starting up, as usual, with our Pokemon lineup, our main attacker of this deck, the Moltres, ZAPDOS, and Articuno trio. I already told you the attacks. This is the full art version. This is the standard version. Both of them look really cool. They look really angry in this. Like, they're ready to Trinity Burn someone, you know? That's what it's about. They look a little more happy in this one, I think. That's cool. To 3 of those guys. Oh, our trade is completed. Oh, we got our Great Potion. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. So all the decks are now completed on time. Okay, perfect. Getting back to this, we have 2 Type Nulls and 2 Silvally-GX, because this card needs 3 standard energy to attack, and since we're going to be running a mixture of energies in this deck, this is the perfect card. We're also running it for the Gyro Unit ability, since basic Pokemon have high retreat costs here, like the 3 retreat costs on our basic attacker. This is going to be really useful in just switching out all of our basic Pokemon in this deck. I think except for these 2, everything else is a basic. So, super useful to just have one of those on the bench and charge it up in case you're getting ready to use Sky Legends. Did I not? Yeah, I didn't read the description. Okay, real quick. Shuffle this Pokemon and our cards attached to it into your deck. If this Pokemon has at least 1 extra fire, water, and lightning and energy attached to it, in addition to this attack's cost, so whatever you need for Trinity Burn, basically, this attack does 110 damage to 3 of your opponent's Pokemon. So we can actually just take down 3 bench Pokemon, or 1 active and 2 bench Pokemon. We can pretty much do it in any way we like. So there's that. That's super cool. We have that, and So we're gonna want to use our 3 different energies on it. Let's finish up our Pokemon lineup here. Basic Hoopa. I like him because for 1 star, Evil Admonition, a lot of Pokemon have abilities these days, so this does decent damage for a single energy, and then if you really want, you can stack 3, but he's just your basic non-GX attacker in case you need one of those. Basic Entei, because we're primarily running fire energies with Welder, so good basic card. I was initially running more of him, but I might just switch out the Entei for another Hoopa in here. That's something I've considered, because he does need 2 energy attaches, and we're gonna really want to be attaching to him every chance we get. 2 Jirachis. Oh god, I don't know why I'm doing it, but they're a good card. So they're in here with the escape boards, so they can do that. 1 Marshadow to get rid of those pesky stadiums in case we can't draw our 2 stadiums here. So basically, we don't want Shrine. I think that's the one that affects us the most. In case they have a power plant down, we're only really losing Silvally-'s ability, and we do have 2 switch in the deck. Not the worst thing in the world. The Marshadow that kills stadiums is 81 by 214. That's the one you want to get. Bench Mew, nice one here. So just to prevent any bench damage while we're setting up our Zapdos or our Silvally, so we don't want our Pokemon to get hit. Cherish Ball, we're running 4 of those. This is the card I feel like that really makes this deck work. I haven't had a problem getting this first turn. Whether I'm always going to use it because I have it in my hand is another question, because I've had a Cynthia the hand, as you'll see in the 1 sample game at the end here. But you search your deck for a basic energy card, reveal it, put it in your hand. If you go second and it's your first turn, you can search your deck for up to 3 basic energy cards instead of 1. Then shuffle your deck. This really helps you energy draw, and since it's an item, you can use multiple per turn, and if you draw fire energies with Welder, that's 2 fire, that's 1, 2, the standard cost and the fire cost, and then you can attach an energy from your hand. So basically, if you get the right cards, you're going to be attaching 3 energies onto this guy for the first turn, and then your extra energy on the second turn. Worst case, you'll be attaching on the second turn and attacking, or third turn at the latest. That's what we're going to aim for here. We didn't get to do that in our game, in the sample game here, because we got reset stamped really early, and then we got judged a turn after that. So we didn't get to do that, but still, it worked out, and it was super cool and super satisfying to watch that ending play off after he messed with our hand so much. So 4 energy spinners are going to be our main way to draw our randomized energy pool here. 2 Pokécoms in case you want to swap out and grab a Silvally or maybe a Hoopa or an Entei or something. I don't know. It's in there just for safety. 2 Switch, 1 Tag Switch to move energies from any of our tag team Pokemon to anyone else in case we need to do that. The situation where I would see it being most useful is if you have 1 attacking, 1 on the bench. You're Trinity burning with 1 for 1 turn, and then he's damaged, and then you decide to use Sky Legend, send him back into your deck, and then that's when you could probably like you know, send him back into your deck, because you could do it without doing the damage and just put him back in your deck, and then you can bring in your other one, which is fully loaded. But you wouldn't be able to use Sky Legends, but you're still getting the 210 out of Trinity Burn. So that in some combination, you can use Tag Switch there to make that useful. Or you could switch onto your Silvally if you want turns to charge him and you would rather attack with him for some reason. But yeah, that's for that. And then Giant Hearth, one of these because we're running fire energies and Welder, makes sense. Viridian Forest, so you can draw some of these random energies in case you need to. We're not going to really rely on this. We're going to be looking more at our Energy Spinner, but it's there safety wise. You know how I like to play safe, consistent decks, and we're going to be aiming for that with this. So, Bill's analysis. Look at the top 7 cards of your deck. You may reveal up to 2 trainer cards you find there and put them into your hand. Shuffle the other cards back into your deck. So, simple, straightforward. We're going to be running those to grab our trainers. 4 Cynthia, 2 Lily, 1 Lusamine to grab those energies or supporter cards, and then our Volkner, we're going to be running 2 of these to help grab items like the Energy Spinner and the Lightning Energy, so that's super useful. Or you can grab a Cherish Ball or whatever else we need. Pretty good there. 4 Welder, so we can double attach our fire energies, which we're running 9 of. 2 escape boards for the Jirachis, 9 fire, 3 lightning, and 3 water. That is version 2, did I say? Yeah, so this is the Jirachi one, and then I'm just going to show you the version 1 real quick. I think the key differences in this is just how the Pokemon are done. Let's take a look here. So we're still running 3 of these guys. There's no Jirachis in this deck. That's what we're doing. 2, 1, 1. No Jirachis and no Escape Boards. This runs 1 more Volkner, 1 more Lily, 4 of these, 2 of these, 2 of these, and then you have an extra lightning energy because we're running 3 Volkners. So this is like, if you think you'll be fine with the Bills and the Volkner and the Welder combo, which you should be. Welder being the broken card that it is, letting you accelerate energy and draw cards. You should have a pretty good hand, but yeah, try them both. Let me know what you guys think, whether you want to do version 1 or version 2, which one works for you. I still think it's a really fun deck to play. I'm going to get into the game here and just show you guys that, so we can take a look at this. This is a really fun game. This is how you would want this deck to run, ideally, right? Even without losing our hand multiple times. Okay, that's my in-game cursor, so we'll just let that run, and I'll tell you why I did what at what time, and that should work. First time we're doing this, so hope this this works better, because I usually like doing my commentaries while I'm playing my games, but not the worst thing, because this game is too good to lose. We're going to put up our basic Hoopa here, because I wanted to get type null on the bench for Silvally, potentially. I was thinking about it, and then I went for the Hoopa. Worked out really well, because I only had to put 1 energy onto him to make him useful, and boy, was he useful. That's why I'm considering just, after this game, I'm considering swapping out the Entei for him. So yeah, deck building is an evolving process, guys, right? Like, keep thinking about when you play games, right? It's not just blindly playing games to win. It's about putting that thought into, hey, this is a unique card. How can I implement this in my deck to make something better or more playable? It's always about, there's 3 things I've noticed that primarily are super duper important while you're doing your decks. First of all, look at consistency. There's a combination of cards that you're gonna want to be able to pull off a complete attack combo and then make the best of that. So here, just a quick note, we're playing Cynthia because we don't have anything. If we had 1 of our Uno Dos Tres on the bench, we would have done great, but we don't have that, so there's really no point. I played Energy Spinner here so I could grab the Welder energies and then see if I wanted to do something with that next turn. But he reset stamped us literally on like turn 2, so that really sucks. But yeah, so we didn't get to do that. We got the Evil Admonition here, and since he has 3 Pokemon with abilities, that's 10 plus 60. He's gone. Prize card. Got the Marshadow. I was super excited to put that down too, but it didn't happen. It did not happen. Getting back to it. So yeah, deck consistency. You're going to want to play a combination of cards to pull off your best attacks in the game and quickly get rid of your opponent's Pokemon so you can draw those lovely prize cards, right? That's the point. But if you just put in like a bunch of Pokemon or a bunch of trainer cards or a bunch of energies, it's not going to work. It has to be a combination of these things to make the deck fluid, smooth, and playable. So think about that deck consistency. So you want typically around 15 Pokemon or less, unless it's unavoidable, unless it runs off of having multiple Pokemon in your deck, right? I was happy because he gave me our Uno Dos Tres to play on the bench and start stacking, so that's something we didn't have to struggle for, but we did get reset stamped, and we only had 5 cards, so that kind of sucked. Anyway, so that's one thing. So deck consistency, around 15 Pokemon or less, around more than 25 trainer cards. At least I would tell you to aim between 25 to 30. Having more is fine, but then don't overstack with trainer cards that don't let you draw, that don't let you grab the Pokemon that you need, and then suffer having no basic Pokemon. That could be a really bad thing too. So like worst case, like even in our hand right now, if we didn't get our Uno Dos Tres and we got any other basic Pokemon, we could have Pokécommed here for that Uno Dos Tres. So have that versatility, have that adaptability for situations. That's the second thing I want to get onto. So make sure your deck isn't based on just running one combination of things just because you played a game and it was really good and you think that's the best deck in the world. Because maybe it works out for like you know, one day's games and you do super well because you're on a spree, but then the next day you might just run into a deck that shuts down your build and then you're super disappointed and you don't know what to do. So look at different combinations. Like if I'm playing this deck against a Pikarom, how would I play it? If I'm playing this against a Reshazard, how would I play it? Like, what are my weaknesses? What are my strengths? So adaptability is key. Having like the right trainer cards to react to certain situations. Like if I was playing a water deck, I would definitely have a Cyrus Prism in there. Like, that card is super versatile. You can use it in so many situations, and it makes a lot of sense. So we got judged again for 4 cards here. Like, this guy has a full setup. We barely have anything, but we're going to win this game. So that's how cool Uno Dos Tres over here is. So, yeah. That's what we're going to do with that. Yeah, so adaptability, really key. Have a good mix of combinations of things that you can do, not just one linear set of actions that wins you the game. Because if you don't get to those linear set of actions, so we're going to Energy Spinner here. I was planning on grabbing a Fire Energy to double attach, but I realized since I already had 1 energy on it, I really needed the water, and I wanted to check how many water energies I had in my deck, and not get greedy on the attach. So I played it, I grabbed the water energy, I didn't get greedy, I played the single fire energy for the welder so I could draw cards and make something happen, and that's what worked out in the end. So yeah, adaptability, good mix of different options and different ways to get your base cards down and your base attack down. So I saw the switch, I was like, I'm gonna kill 1 Emolga this turn, and he's gonna have 3 prize cards, and then I'm gonna Legends to kill 3 Pokemon for the win, which is what we end up doing. So pretty fun stuff here from playing that Welder smart, and we got enough energies to be able to attach and do our attack. Sky Legends GX. So adaptability, and the third thing, speaking about while building a deck, is to have is to make it fun. Just don't make a deck because it's the best deck out there. Don't just play Behem just because it has a really good time against Anti, but you don't like any of the cards in that deck. If you're not inspired to play a deck, don't play it, because you're not going to have fun while playing it. You're not going to have the emotion while playing those cards in the game, and it really does make a difference, right? Nerves and calmness dictate a lot in how games go, and you don't want to be making those mechanical errors. You don't want to be making those thinking errors while putting your strategy together. So make sure you're putting together something that's fun, something that you definitely like playing, that's repeatable, that you can use over and over again, especially if you're playing in standard format, since we have limited options. So with our cards, expanded I know has a lot more, but yeah, that's something to put in mind. Have a lot of fun while playing your games. That's the only way you're going to enjoy it. I gave him the good old well played. I Sky Legends here. He didn't want to kill our Hoopa because he didn't want to let us get our bird out early. But there it is, the 110 on 3 bench Pokemon. Bye bye Uno Dos Tres. Bring in the Hoopa here, and that's GG. Well played. So that is, we didn't lose a single prize card either, so that's how you really want to play that game. This was a like a Recycle Crozma, basically, but he was playing it with, I think, Weakness Guard instead of Recycle Energy, so it was just like a Necrozma Malamar deck that we were playing against. But pretty cool on that, and that's how you want to play out that card. So those 3 things are things that you want to keep in mind while building a deck. That's what I do when I build a new deck. I look at what are the options to make this deck fluid as possible, the most playable, and the most fun. So there's some advice for you guys. There is how you want to play the Uno Dos Tres. Try those 2 versions out. Hopefully we'll have more gameplay for you coming up with this deck, and more fun Pokemon TCGO videos coming up. So like and subscribe for more great videos. Thank you for your time, ladies and gentlemen. Have a good day, good night, wherever you are. Take it easy and have fun while playing the game.